who got food stamps to pay it back to the government. Donald Trump wants families who got food stamps to pay it back to the government. Quite simply and quite frankly, the facts of the fucking story are that the Republicans control the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the White House. They're the ones who shut down the government, making millions of Americans lose food stamps. That means that the 42 million people who were at risk of losing critical food assistance in November was because of the Republicans and Trump shutting the government down. And after an entire week of fucking limbo where people didn't even know where their next meal was going to come from or how they were going to feed their families or their children, a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to fully fund SNAP food aid in November. Once the federal judge put down the order to make Trump pay out the fucking food stamps, Donald Trump was the one who appealed it to the Supreme Court and said that the government, not the people, the government was going to face more harm than the actual people who can't buy food if the food stamps were paid out. The Trump administration literally submitted a 22-page appeal to the Supreme Court so that none of you could get your food stamps. The opening sentence specifically says the district court's order threatens significant and irreparable harm to the government, which outweighs any claims to the plaintiffs. That wasn't enough. After the Supreme Court sided with him, Trump sent out a memo to all the states, telling the states to immediately undo full benefits that were already sent to families. Trump is demanding that the people who already got food stamps pay it back to the fucking government.
States told to undo SNAP benefits. SNAP benefits actually got paid out overnight. That Thursday night going into Friday morning, states were all ready to get ahead of the drama and the chaos before Trump put an appeal, called himself jumping ahead overnight working to give the American people food stamps, but not making sure that everything was in the clear. That is not Donald Trump's fault. That is the state's fault for operating out of ignorance and not making sure everything is mined out before they actually went along and pushed the green light or hit the green light to just start dispersing monies to constituents in their states. Okay? So when you look at this, right, and you really mine this whole thing out, this article is basically saying to the extent states sent full SNAP payment files for November 2025, this was unauthorized, the Trump administration is saying. Because remember, Ketanji Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court judge, put this on pause. And now let's put a name to a face. This is the Supreme Court lady who put it to a pause later that evening responding to Trump's appeal, okay?